Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got our last game of the day coming up here. And no longer Merlini. We've got K-Pop Toastus bringing some of that southern flair to the stream.
Yeah, Merlini's also from the south, but he's not.
Yeah.
He's not a real southern.
He doesn't have that twang.
No, he doesn't have the twang.
So how are you, buddy? It's a good word?
I'm good. Been having a bit of a busy day. Been able to watch some good Dota. Woke up early enough to watch the Alliance Navi game.
Dude, there has been too much good Dota today.
There's no such thing as too much good Dota.
Well, there is when I can't watch it all. That's my only complaint.
That's true.
Not enough hours in the day. But
yeah, I had to go to bed. I had to miss some Chinese games this morning, so I could
Yeah.
wake up early enough to watch Alliance Navi.
Yeah, but
It's been good.
It's been a pretty good day. Our last game is a good one. We've got Team Dog coming up against Team Evil Geniuses.
It's a little bit of a rivalry.
A little bit, just a
little bit.
pinch, just a pinch.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and look at our picking draft here. And well, I keep falling into the same trap. This overlay does not work for NA. It doesn't show the players' names, so it's like kind of I don't really,
Just swap.
don't want to use it. Yeah, you got to see who's doing what.
Yeah.
So the big thing to note here in terms of picks, not picks, players, no Demon. Demon is not playing for Team Dog. It is Smugglig, who is their official fifth on their roster.
If you were watching Team Dog yesterday, they were playing with Demon as a stand-in tag. So it makes me think that he's not officially on their roster for Starladder.
Yeah, not officially, but he is their kind of go-to fifth. Apparently, Demon's having some internet troubles. He just tweeted a few minutes ago that he's not playing till his internet gets upgraded or fixed or what have you. So
we were talking to him the other day when he came and visited.
Yeah.
He was having net issues.
That's not for EG. We've got PPD, Fear Universe, and Arteezy, of
Zai.
course. That is Zai on
I'm
the.
sure it's Zai. It would be stand-in,
or
if
he
it
would be
wasn't.
tagged up. Look at you. Look at you dropping the knowledge already.
That's not knowledge. That's kind of straightforward there, Andrew. Come on.
Oh boy. So all right, Brewmaster, the first pick from Team Dog.
I like it.
I like it. You're a Brewmaster fan?
I am actually. I've been surprised I haven't seen any resolution Brewmaster because he was actually back one of the first people in 6.77 playing a shit ton of Brewmaster. That was actually his signature hero for a while. I'm surprised he hasn't picked up on it because he's really good now, I think. The Chinese have been running it a little bit. IG and LGD both ran a little bit of Brewmaster. I think they've been like 10-1, 9-1 with Brewmaster in China. So I think it's a good hero.
I would say that he's one of the more underrated heroes right now. He gets ignored a lot, and he's actually pretty darn good. We got to see him the other day, and he can be hard to deal with, especially once he gets that Blink Egg Scepter combo.
Right. It's very good.
Hard to kill, a lot of damage.
Exactly. And I think it's poignant because he might be technically Panda and Brewmaster, but with the face remake, he kind of looks like a dog, doesn't he?
A little bit, yeah. He looks more like a dog than a panda.
Yes, that's true.
If you had to break it in between the
two.
The
real Merlini police, Ben's girlfriend, hates Brewmaster because she is adamant that it's not a panda. It looks nothing like a panda. Why call it Panda Brewmaster?
He used to be a panda.
He did used to be a panda. Much more panda-esque, too. They redid his face.
Yes. We're about to have a barrel of laughs in this game.
Yeah.
So we did that little bit of an investigative journalism last night.
But we're going to see some more picks coming out. EG is going to pick up Artur's favorite, the Shadow Fiend.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of his better heroes as well.
Yeah, he's a very good Shadow Fiend player.
And I'm guessing it'll be Fear on the Ember Spirit. We saw Arteezy play Ember Spirit yesterday, I believe it was, and he went with the Sing build of maxing Sleight of Fist and Bolas instead of the Flame Guard.
Yeah.
And so it'll be interesting to see how Fear plays it, because I'm almost certain that it'll be Fear playing the Ember Spirit here. I don't see them Artur passing up on the chance to be able to play one of his favorite heroes.
You're probably right. It is hard to say, though. Arteezy could play either, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Either way, you're definitely right about that Ember Spirit build, though. They're very aggressive. Earlier today, we saw that Ember Spirit versus Storm and did the opposite build, Max Flame Guard, and it didn't work out. That also wasn't the strongest Ember Spirit player we've seen, but he got stomped by a Storm with Flame Guard.
Right. And then Sing Sing today. And
it's actually not been a good day for Ember Spirit.
No,
he's been getting
Sing
shit
Sing's
on
Ember Spirit did not perform up to snuff today. So, and the Dazzle pick for Team Dog. Dazzle, he's probably behind Ancient Apparition, Visage, and Shadow Shaman. He's probably been one of the more popular supports this patch, which has been nice to see. And
big fan.
We get the Universe Darkseer.
Very exciting. Darkseer hasn't been getting a lot of love recently either, but he fits in pretty well. Evil Geniuses working on a pretty scary lineup here. Not a lot of minus armor to synergize with the presence of the Dark Lord, but I see the setup they're going for. A little bit of Vacuum, some Shadow Fiend AoE, then you got Ember Spirit with his Sleight of Fist, some Bolas on top of that.
I don't think they're going to go for the crazy Battle Fury build, but if you were having a Darkseer vacuum is one of the better ways to set it up to actually get the cleave off on multiple heroes. So maybe.
We haven't been seeing a lot of Battle Fury on Ember. At least it was really popular at first, and now it's kind of
it's been
falling
big
off.
in the Korean.
Oh, Korea, they're still
leagues.
doing it over there?
They're still doing it. But yeah, no. When you watch it in Western Dota, it's been almost exclusively
Desolator,
drums,
crit.
Deso crit.
Yeah, that's
You're not
seems
seeing
to be
much
the
anything else.
go-to. I don't know. I actually haven't been watching the Korean Dota. That's not on my sleep schedule right now.
Yeah, well, now you kind of have to choose between watching Starladder China and Korea. So I haven't been able to watch near as much as the Korean Dota because I've been watching a lot more of China.
Yeah, got to sleep sometime.
But was it you and I that casted that game where the Ember went triple Battle Fury, or was that me and Gods? It was me and Gods. That's what it was.
I have not casted a triple Battle Fury Ember Spirit game. So
Oh, that
definitely
was
was not me.
And we get the pet combo.
The pet combo, Dazzle Luna?
Dazzle Luna. Let me
That's
look
where
at.
it's
Let
at.
me see an update on the record with those two heroes together.
Yeah, it's pretty darn good though. We've talked about this synergy quite a bit. They have a really high win rate as a duo, and it kind of makes sense. Minus armor from Dazzle and the bouncy glaives from Luna are all physical, so there's a nice little bit of synergy there. Overall, I like this Team Dog roster. Ancient Apparition he's the flavor of the month, and well, he's been looking pretty strong recently. Brew should be a pretty strong mid hero. AA Dazzle Luna. That's a scary tri lane.
Yeah, it is. Already like the Ancient Apparition plus Luna, the Chilling Touch plus the AoE right click damage for your supports, and them all being ranged.
Oh yeah,
You don't even want to get close to that.
it's a good tri lane.
Tri-lane. But yeah, the updated stats for the Dazzle Luna duo, they're 18-7 together. So 72% win rate when Dazzle and Luna are paired
Wow.
up, which is pretty ridiculous.
That's a lot. That's like Wisp CK
CK.
levels in their prime.
Right.
So
And
that's,
Dazzle's at 58% and Luna's at 54% this patch, so it's significantly higher when they're together than even when they're by themselves.
right. Very, very interesting. It's interesting how that stuff works out. It's one of those combos that you don't think of like, oh boy, these two heroes are so scary, but they actually are.
AoE right click plus
rather
AoE armor
scary.
reduction. It's very good.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. So let's see how they want to do this here. Team Dog, they're off to the races. They won't smoke up straight away, but they are headed to that bottom lane in a 5-man train. Looks like they could be hungry for blood. We see it drawn on the mini-map. They'll walk right through the river into the Radiant jungle.
I'm surprised they're not smoked up here. They're just gonna run right in. I like it. They're a team that can fight really early. They're probably level 1 Chilling Touch, level 1 Lunar Blessing, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of damage coming out of 5 heroes. So Chilling Touch gives 50 damage on right click to every hero, and every hero is going to get 3 attacks off, so that's the possibility of 150 per hero additional damage if they all click 3 times, which is a lot. It's a grand total of 750 damage.
Yeah, I was thinking, is it like possible that they could be doing a level 1 Roche here, but I don't think so. This is not a level 1 Roche team.
No, I mean, you can do it with this lineup. It's really, people think you have to have a lifesteal or you have to have an armor reduction to kill a level 1 Roche, and that's not necessarily true. If you have a lot of ranged heroes and everybody buys salves, which they have not done, there's like a normal amount of salves. You can do it with just about any combo. If you have like Luna's aura's very good for it, but that's really the only good Roche killing ability. So they could do it. It'd be really slow though.
Yeah. It wouldn't be easy. It's definitely not that great, but it's also one of those things, like when you don't have a good roster for it, it can catch your opponent off guard.
Yeah, because if they check it at all, they wouldn't get done until probably 15, 20 seconds into the game.
Yeah, but that's not their strategy here. They will just poke forward and put some wards down in the jungle, maybe hoping someone will make that fatal misstep onto the high ground and get caught off guard, but that doesn't seem to be the case. You are also correct in assuming that Fear will be on the Ember Spirit, and he is slated for the bottom lane here. Cleave, a.k.a. Zai, will be supporting on the Visage down in the bottom lane as well. RTZ will be solo mid on the Shadow Fiend, and it will be PPD playing on the Crystal Maiden, and then up top it will be Universe playing on the off-lane Darkseer.
And for Team Dog, we'll have Pycat playing on the Dazzle. That movement down there they put a wonderful little ward on that camp off to the side of RTZ to try to block that camp. Good play out of Pycat. So joining him in the support duo will be Fog Dota on the Ancient Apparition. Luna will be played by Misery in the mid lane. And Brewmaster will be solo safe, I believe, with MSS. And going in the off lane will be Smuggling on that Bat Rider.
Interesting. So they will switch it up a little bit, but part of that may be just because I'm not so sure how well Solo Brew could go up against the Shadow Fiend. That's a matchup that I've honestly never seen in a competitive game because Brew gets so little love.
I'm really surprised this isn't a tri-lane because we spent like half of our time
talking about how amazing it is.
How amazing the tri-lane is.
Yep.
And Ancient Apparition is actually going to be top with the Brewmaster, which is, you know, I wasn't expecting this to be a dual lane.
Yeah, it will be a dual lane mid as well. PPD supporting the Shadow Fiend, and it will be the Luna Dazzle here on the Dire. Up top, though, Universe will get harassed back a little bit. Fog using that chilling touch to try and put some damage out, creating some space for his good friend MSS here to rack up some of those early last hits. Smuggling will have his work cut out for him as well as the other offlaner in a 2v1 scenario up against the Visage and the hard farming Ember Spirit.
If I am Arteezy, I am just flattered because of how much of Team Dog strategy right now is shutting him down.
Yeah.
They made that really aggressive movement early to make sure they blocked that camp that he loves to farm in between pulls. They're dual laning mid with two heroes that don't really dual lane mid together a whole lot. Luna's a very common dual mid hero, but not with a Dazzle.
Right.
But he's coming in and doing some damage.
Arteezy's really holding his own here well. Misery's going to be forced to salve already. Does have 4 tangos left, but Arteezy already has his bottle, so he's really doing a good job. He's taking a 2v1 very effectively. PPD moving into the jungle. They're pinging it out. They know this camp has been blocked. They may try and counter ward it, or they may just wait for it to expire. And while we're looking at mid, of course I missed the first blood. They get it on the Bat Rider down bottom. Fear and Zai.
Sorry, man. I was watching Universe run around the top. I couldn't save you. I tried.
I couldn't save you. I needed the bailout. Oh man, it's just not my day, man. Some days you're on, some days you're off.
We've been streaming Dota on this channel for 17 hours today, I believe. So yeah,
it's been a long day here at Beyond the Summit. But, yeah, I keep thinking this mid lane is where the kills are going to happen. Arteezy's been putting so much pressure out. Dazzle is...
There's been so much regen used in this mid lane.
Yep. He's level 2, and he's actually holding that second point. I love this from PyCat. Making sure he has Shallow Grave available if he needs it, but doesn't want to put that point in there if he doesn't have to use it to try and save Misery. Misery actually taking a lot of damage. He will go ahead and put the second point in Shadow Wave. Now PyCat could be in some trouble, or is it Arteezy that's in trouble? He's got a Poison Touch on. This dot might be enough to finish him off. 4 hit points. There's the Lucent Beam from Luna, and Arteezy will fall.
It's a great play out of there by PyCat.
Mm-hmm.
It was smart by him as well to pick up the Shadow Wave instead of the Shallow Grave because he knew he didn't need it. There wasn't going to be quite enough damage to bring him all the way down, and that the heal would be good enough.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of a bet to see how long you can go without needing Shallow Grave. Honestly, because you want to be kind of greedy with your skills. Like you want to get as many points in the heal as possible, as many points in the poison touch as possible.
Right.
And you want to try to not have to use Shallow Grave. So it was a good decision. And Zai's going to do this wraparound. He wants to get this courier up behind the tier 2, and I think he will.
Wow,
One
there's
more
a
right
lot
click.
of stuff on it as well.
Wonderful movement by Zai there.
Boots, bottle, tangos, and a clarity. That is a value courier kill right there.
So aggressive, even knowing that there is a duel lane there, and he might get a kill on PyCat as well.
Wow, that should not happen. EG now all of a sudden in such a great position.
I said this when I first watched Zai play on Stay Free, even that I thought he had insanely good instincts for a support player.
Yeah,
and that has just carried on very well over to EG. He's been very impressive.
He's in some trouble. He does have a surge coming up, and they won't have the damage to finish him off, even though he's low mana. We'll be able to scoot away.
You can't take down Sahil O'Neal.
You're right about Zai, though. He is a really talented player. He is still so young as well. His career is just beginning, and he was a playmaker in Han, and now he's a playmaker in Dota 2.
As well as a tastemaker. I'm pretty sure he's the one that brought the whole Young Lean.
Young Lean? Really? That was him?
Well, I mean, Young Lean's a Swedish rapper, and Zai is the only one there from Sweden, so I'm assuming that he's the one that brought everything in. And PyCat's going to get a haste rune.
Yep.
See what he can do
down
with
bottom, speaking of Zai, he's going to be in some trouble. Haste rune on PyCat as he rotates down. Smuggle League taking some damage, and they'll have plenty to finish off Zai. Now Fear could be in some trouble. This hasted Dazzle is actually pretty scary. He'll have Poison Touch coming up in just about 2 seconds. They won't commit for it.
Smart decision.
Yeah, Fear wasn't really that low, and he had 4 stick charges. It would have been a difficult kill. But still, nice rotation. Let's take a glance at the gold graph here, and EG up by about 1,200 gold. But the experience graph is dipping in favor of Team Dog. Bat Rider, he is level 5, working towards the blink with about 900 in the bank. And how's Universe doing? He's just about to hit level 5. So pretty even across the off lanes. 9 last hits on both of them. So the off laner's doing very well this game.
Darkseer is one of his signature heroes. So even if Darkseer as a hero isn't in an amazing spot right now in terms of balance, he's a little weak in my opinion. It's just when you're so comfortable with certain heroes, it just nullifies it.
Yeah.
And we'll see big plays out of Universe this game, I'm sure.
Most definitely. This Dire Courier should be coming up pretty soon here. Yeah, just about 45 seconds. He's in trouble. He does have the Shallow Grave. Now that he's level 4, throws the poison onto Arteezy. They want to pursue. One more Shadow Rays. Well played. It's actually Crystal Maiden that gets that kill.
He may pay for it, though. Smuggler. Oh, very good Frostbite from PPD there.
Did PPD Crystal? How did PPD get that kill? Was it just one last auto attack? I thought the Shadow Rays secured it for sure, but
I guess an auto attack came through.
Yeah, that was.
I was thinking it was the Shadow Rays.
It looked like the Shadow. I mean, the Shadow Rays definitely connected. That was just a little bit strange. Either way, they secured the kill, though. Very nicely done. Arteezy knowing his limits, that he can dive the tower a little bit and still get that finishing bit of damage. Ember Spirit, though, he's really the big breadwinner. He is 2.8k on the net worth chart, and his counterpart here, the Brewmaster, only 2.1. There is a disparity in the last hits, and Fear also has that one assist that is going his way. And Smuggling will rotate back down towards the bottom lane. They are putting some pressure on the Tier 1 tower. PPD coming around the backside. Actually needs to be a little bit careful. Bat Rider only level 5, though. Won't be able to lasso. And this could end up being a free tower if Dog don't rotate any more heroes down here. They do burn the glyph, but EG will just keep the pressure on.
Yeah, and I think they'll have this. I don't believe there's going to be any movement coming out of Dog.
They don't really have a great way to try and defend this tower.
Smuggler can't do anything right now.
Yeah, I mean,
he's pretty sad.
Yeah.
He's got 12 last hits, 1,000 gold. It's going to be... He's rushing the blink, and he still isn't going to get it before 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So
unless he moves into the jungle. If somebody stacks up for him here in the next 2 minutes or so, but there's no stacks yet.
No.
So
he just got done farming it, too.
Yep. And, Arteezy, they're going to dive in. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Luna will overcommit. Pycat in some trouble as well. That was just a disaster. I caught the tail end of it, but... They dove for Arteezy. He moves around the trees, and it ends up a double kill. Not only does Arteezy get a little bit more fed, but it's a kill on the Luna. Luna's now level 6. Arteezy is level 8, halfway to level 9.
And that's going to be his Midas. He's almost got it finished complete.
Yep, and Bola's come out on Smuggling down bottom. Fear grabs a solo kill on the Bat Rider. EG picking up a ton of momentum. Misery ports back to the mid lane, and Arteezy just hits him with a couple of Shadow Raises. A little bit of cancel casting coming about. Needs to be a bit careful. Knows Misery doesn't have the Eclipse, but still, those Lucent Beams.
I think you can take it down.
Misery.
Oh, my God.
Really underestimating Artur right there. Up top, there was a kill on the Ancient Apparition as Universe dove it with Zai, but yeah, EG starting to run over Team Dog.
That was like watching a one-on-one basketball match.
Yeah.
Just the constant jukes and like basically Arteezy broke his ankles.
That might be a bit of an extreme analogy, but I see where you're going.
He kept juking and throwing, and Misery didn't know whether to run forward or not. And then when Misery decided to run too far forward, and his MSS is about to fall, and
MSS
he does.
just gets obliterated. Wow.
And as he goes to dive and run forward,
it's more kind of like Shaq versus who's that really short guy, you know? And it's like kind of even. Yeah, they're like going back and forth, and all of a sudden Shaq just picks it up and just dunks it in the net, and he can't do anything. That's what it was more like. I don't know about broken ankles, but
he was kind of juking Misery out.
Yeah. Oh, most definitely. And now, I mean, Dog, you're just in a huge problem. They're in the danger zone at this point. Luna is level 6. I mean, just press E right quick and take a look at the hero levels. This is scary.
That's not good.
Arteezy's level 9. Ember Spirit is he's level 9 now as well. Universe level 8, and the leaders on Dog are all 6. Luna being one of them. I mean, right now, who's their big breadwinner? Brew is their most farmed, but
Andrew,
what?
Arteezy didn't rush Midas.
Whoa.
He got bots.
Bots first. Look at you, Arteezy, switching it up a little bit. Another Shadow Rays. Goodbye, Luna. Luna's a hero that really needs a lot of space to farm, and she just hasn't found it.
Fear is going to just...
Goodbye, Bat Rider. Goodbye, Ancient Apparition.
GG!
Oh, my Lanta. That's a single-digit GG.
I think that's easily the shortest game of Starladder.
And it wasn't even a troll GG either.
That game was over.
Roast them and toast them. It's a fucking shaking thing. That was just a massacre. They just wiped the floor with it.
And look at these wolves coming out. Artur. And we're talking about Artur a lot, but Fear just got free farm in that bottom lane. and was going to be. They just had that mid game. Smuggling was so sad. I think he ended up the game still 1,000 gold away from his blink.
Just none of their lanes won. They lost every single lane.
Their entire strategy was based upon shutting down Arteezy, and he got
that worked for
Boots of Travel in 8 minutes.
That worked for about 2 minutes when that one medium camp was counter-warded. Once that ward went down, Arteezy picking up just solo double kills. I mean,
the whole point of that camp for Arteezy is when he gets kind of shut down mid, when he gets a lot of movement on top of him and he can't get kills and he's getting harassed, he goes in there when the lane pushes and catches up on farm so he doesn't lose as much.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. He didn't have to do that. There was constant movement. They were smart in keeping the Crystal Maiden around. Mm-hmm. And Crystal Maiden is a much better dual mid than Dazzle is, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
They had the opportunity to have a very strong tri-lane and just threw it away.
Yeah, and even there were just still big plays from EG. That courier snipe from Zai was really clutch. That was actually a really big turning of the tides in mid. It was relatively even, but he stopped Boots, Bottle, and more regeneration. That was a huge courier kill.
Right.
It wasn't just the fact that the courier died as what was on it, and that really slowed Luna down. So a full spectrum of games over the past 17 hours. We saw an epic 65-minute rapier back and forth game into a 9-minute 13-2. Just
oh my gosh.
See ya.
I want to know how long it's been since that short of a game has happened.
Yeah, that was
ridiculous.
That was just. I have no more words.
I
so
do like the fact that he rushed the bots instead of a Midas, because that's even more of a snowball item in my opinion. Boots of Travel are, because you think about Midas as being a big snowball item for the gold and experience it gives you, obviously. But if you get Boots of Travel, you never have to pay for a TP scroll again.
Yeah.
The movement speed is ridiculously good on someone like Shadow Fiend, because something that's really underrated on a lot of ranged heroes that are kind of slow, like big clickers, they don't attack fast, they just attack heavy.
Yeah.
Movement speed's very important.
Oh man, looking at the chat after that.
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah, you're right though. The BOTs were a nice change of pace. But wow, what an interesting game. Well, thanks for joining me, K-Pop. That was the quickest cast.
I think we still have one more game.
No, that's
it.
We
should have one more.
Is there one more?
According to the match ticker.
Did I mess up the
But
oh, there is one more game.
Yeah, we have one more.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm a total. Is it Liquid versus Dignitas?
No, it's E-Hug versus Revenge.
Oh, you know why? My order of matches is messed up. That's why. That was okay.
That'll do it.
All right, so we'll have a break here, guys, and then we'll come back for our last game
We're back
today.
in 45 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, well, this is a long break.
It's a long break.
All right. See you guys.